AG1 by Athletic Greens is today's video sponsor.
You missed him on driveway. It's coming out of your check.
All right, coming out of zero. Big day today. We're gonna get upstairs done. We're gonna get all the lath out on these interior walls, get everything picked up, get the floors swept up. By the time it's all done, Noah said he can lick the floor and have a clean tongue.
Snow, maybe not as much as we thought maybe we were going to get. Maybe it all blew to the neighbors. I don't know. Morning! We got a car stuck down here.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can get a little path and then maybe we can have you pull up here once I get it cleaned around you a little bit and then I can scoop down there a little bit.
Sweet, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. We had two trucks stuck here. Well, one's a car and one's a truck. And there was actually another car stuck here too, it looks like. We'll see if we can get them a path, at least get them out of the snow for the road grader. We're hoping sometime we would like to look into like maybe one of them big snow pushers and maybe a snow blower. On the bin sites here, I was reading some comments the other day. Why are we not bringing the beans over or using the overhead to fill the semis? It's not done, so we can't use it yet.
They say you are what you eat, but between internet gurus saying apples are bad and the 70-year-old down the street who runs 30 miles a day claiming they only consume dirty dishwater and grass clippings, it becomes really confusing what we should actually put in our body. The good news is our friends at AG1 by Athletic Greens simplified this confusion by formulating a fully transparent 75-ingredient one-stop shop daily supplement for our vitamin, mineral, probiotic, and adaptogen needs. Pop the bag, grab a scoop, add some water, and give it a shake. As someone who's always on the run for my family, travel, or business, I need to be 100%. That starts with my energy, my immunity, and my gut health. AG1 by Athletic Greens contains things like B12, biotin, and magnesium to help support healthy energy. Vitamin C and zinc support my immune system, and the probiotics and naturally occurring enzymes support my metabolism and nutrient absorption for a healthier gut. Get your greens. Go to athleticgreens.com/Cornstar to get started on your order. Athletic Greens is going to give my community a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Tastes like all the Skittles of the rainbow.
Forgot to lock the door last night.
No, I'm tired today. Noah and I got done just around midnight last night, but we got a solid chunk done up there. Guys, you need to find a friend like Noah, because he works for free. Today's grave, we have two problems. So this is a stone. This person's going to be buried there. Then we have another stone, a person buried there. And then we have this part of the cemetery where we have a stone, a person buried there, a 2-foot walkway, a person buried there, and then a stone. This is where we run into problem one. We only have about 8.5 feet from that stone to that stone. So problem two arises because the ground's frozen. The backhoe cannot dig through frozen ground. Hence, we've been clawing at this for about 45 minutes and we're 3 inches deep. The problem is we have a machine we can dig frozen ground with, but but since we only have 8.5 feet in here, that machine is 12.5 feet long. So it will physically not fit in here. Now, for some reason, cemeteries want to keep doing this style where we have stone, person, stone, person.
When you're not out here, you really don't realize how tight it is, how hard it makes it for us as the grave diggers to dig out here. And it always makes it hard to move stones in the wintertime. Everything's glued down hard, but we'll have to see what we can do.
You're gonna dig a whole thing like that?
Yeah.
Aha, my personal favorite. To chain yourself to a tree so you don't slide forward. I like it. I like it. We've been working on this for a couple hours now. Went back to the original approach. We've got, oh hey, Dad got a little more chunk out here this time. That spot right there is frozen completely solid. It's hard as concrete, but then under there, it's all good, just normal dirt. It's getting through that top 12 inches or so. It's been rough. Having fun? We often get the question, how long does it take for us to dig a grave? And we always say, well, where are you starting the clock at? By the time we walk out of the house, get all our gear on, get everything checked out on for equipment, make sure all the oils are good, air pressures, whatever, get everything loaded up, chained down, driven out to the cemetery, get everything unloaded, dig, get cleaned up, get loaded back up, go back home. In perfect conditions, you're probably talking about 4 hours. But you run into a day like we have today, we're probably at 6 hours right now where we're at, and we're not even halfway done digging this hole yet. So that's my answer. We're actually discussing raising our rates a little bit. I'll discuss how we come up with those numbers down the road, but we charge $700 for a full-size grave. But by the time we do our maintenance, insurance, licensing for vehicles, trailers, semi, pay for fuel, pay for us to be out here, our margins are getting pretty small when it comes to this, especially when we run into difficulties like we're running into today. We really just need to sit down and run through all those numbers on where our actual costs are, because like a day like today, we could very easily be losing money. How'd you do that?
I was scooping and the shovel flipped off so I might have to bring the back over here, lower you down with the end.
You know your
It broke. Denny's just snuck in real quick. Stop. Go, Coop, go! Well, I think we got a little issue here, me and Denny. We're plugged up right now.
So in the center of the bin, I'll draw the bin out here in the snow so we can have a picture.
Coop had a point.
But
you go in the other bin and give them the exact show.
Yeah. That sounds like a terrible idea. The other bin is exactly like this one, identical. Oh, hey, there's more birds in here. So in the center of the bin, we have this pin. It drops down into this little holder, and what that does is it holds the sweep in place. So that way it can spin all the way around the bin to bring the grain into here. So it's just a pivot point. So when we went to go put corn in this bin, we opened these things up all the way and closed them a couple times. And then one time we opened it and we couldn't get them to shut. We come back in here. This pin was a little bit too long. And so what happened is it fell down into this hole. So this plate right here, this red one, it'll slide shut. Here, I'll just show you. So the problem here was this pin was a little too long, and it was actually sitting right on top of this red plate. So when we open this and it gets pulled back, that pin being too long, once it got past that point and got over here, that pin would drop down. Once the pin dropped down and then we tried to shut it, it was basically like trying to shut a door when someone's foot was in it. The good news is we noticed this before we put any corn in there, so we were able to pull the pin out, cut it to the length it was supposed to be, put it back in, works great. The bad news is We didn't notice it until we had that bin already full of corn. So that is the exact issue we are running into right now with this bin. And this is a problem because normally when we shut the auger off, we close those trap doors so that way the auger can empty out. So next time we start it, it's starting from an empty start. But right now, when we turn it on, it's starting from a plumb full start. So I have no idea what we're gonna do yet. We gotta figure that out. We gotta go head off to the cemetery first. We're gonna have to take care of it later.
Oh, it's getting the heat here. Huh? Whoa! Branch, branch, branch. Oh no! For me, this is the first winter I've ever been able to be in a really nice skid loader with a nice tight cab, nice heat. When you're out here all day long doing things in the cemetery, it can be very cold. So we've dealt with it over the years. You just dress warmer, but it's just nice to be able to come out here, do our job, and be in a little comfort of the machine.
Cooper got this snow pusher from a neighbor, so I'd really like to try this thing out. I got some big piles of snow over here. By the way, I don't know how Cooper does it, but he always just shows up with neighbors' equipment. And I honestly have no idea whose this is. I have no idea how he got a hold of them or how he convinced them to let him bring this out here. He does this with snow pushers. He does this with tractors, balers, rakes, hay conditioners. That's Cooper for you. I guess this is the moment of truth. I want to see how it does in these big piles. We are just going to go for it. We're on low right now. Well, it kind of went over the top of it, but did better than I thought it was going to. Overall, with the snow pusher, I mean, it was better than the bucket. I'll put it that way. I'm gonna go to bed though. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next one.